Wow, so it's official. I don't know who really didn't see this coming, but I want to say that I definitely saw something like this coming, and I actually thought that he should have been reported earlier in the year, earlier to the training camps, and started off then. I mean, it is kind of a selfish thing to do it like right before the regular season starts, but I have no problem with what Ben Simmons is doing, right? So he's only been suspended for the first game of the season, and he got fined for missing those preseason games and a few practices and everything like that. He just reported I think it was the 11th. But we're gonna get into this article, and then I'm gonna break a few things down. So it says, in the wake of Philadelphia 76ers suspending Ben Simmons for the season opening game in New Orleans, they're gonna beat New Orleans most likely. Brandon Ingram and I think Zion didn't really play any preseason. They'll be a little rusty if they play. I'm assuming. I think Brandon Ingram is healthy. I think they just had him out. So those guys probably won't even be able to play heavy minutes. Sixers should win. Sixers just a better team. But it says he won't play for the season opener against New Orleans. Superstar center Joel Embiid said he has yet to speak to Simmons and declared several times that it isn't his job to babysit anyone. Fair enough. He's a grown ass man. He shouldn't have to be chasing Simmons down on his back. It's not like he's a free agent and they're trying to, chase him down to join with the team. He's already been on the team. He's played with them for years. But there was always reports about Embiid and Ben Simmons having a little bit of that friction, so I'm not surprised Joel Embiid's not too not I'm not surprised Joel Embiid is not too enthusiastic. Well, of course he wouldn't have been enthusiastic, but he's not like really, begging and pleading with Ben Simmons to be playing with these guys. But he says back then the day it's not our job to babysit anybody. We get paid to produce on the court. Oh, hold on, let me see. It said I skipped the rest of this other quote. It says I'm trying to win. Embiid says after Simmons been tossed from the practice by Doc Rivers, and to win you have to have a relationship with your teammate. I do have that relationship with all my teammates. But he goes on to say, but at the end of the day, our job is not to babysit anybody. We get paid to produce on the court, go out, play hard, win some games. That's what we get paid for. We don't get paid to come out here and try to babysit somebody. So that's not our job, and I'm sure my teammates feel that way. We're really focused on just winning and playing as a team, and I think they're gonna do that. I mean, honestly, to be truthful, they're still a playoff team without Ben Simmons, right? Now, of course, they're not gonna be a top four seed without Ben Simmons just because he brings too much to that team. Point guard, too much defense, length, just certain things you can't replicate. But they still have a good enough team to make the playoffs. I do want to say that. So I'm pretty sure that's why they're not really in a rush to make that trade. They're not fiending to get something going. But let's continue. The 76ers announced late in Tuesday practice that Simmons had been suspended one game for conduct detrimental to the team. The suspension he'll serve for the opening game. Says Simmons has been on. Well, I don't care about that. But I want to get to this quote right here from Doc Rivers. I just thought he was a distraction today, Rivers said Tuesday after practice. I didn't think he wanted to do what everybody else was doing. It was early. It wasn't a big deal. I just told him he should leave. We went on with practice. Oh, and before I get into that, so like I said, we got the next thing up here. Shows how much Simmons has been fined. He missed 1.4 million for four preseason games, which was 360K a piece. Then he was fined for missing practice, workouts, and meetings. Blah blah blah. Right, and being suspended for Wednesday's game, he's gonna miss about 227K. Right, but this is what I want to break down. Right, because I see a lot of people, and actually, I was on a Colin Cowherd video. I commented something about Ben Simmons and people. Why are we surprised? Why are we surprised that he's doing this? Right? If he wants to get off a team, if he wants to leave a team, he wants to be traded off a team. Why would he go about things the nice way? Like that doesn't seem. You don't want the Sixers to become complacent and think that, all right, well, we just wait it out and maybe he'll change his mind. No, we want to keep the pressure. I want to keep that pressure on you guys to make the trade happen. I think their GM is Elton Brand, if I'm not mistaken. I want to keep the pressure on Elton Brand to go out there and make these deals and actually actively look for deals, not just wait for something like a freaking miracle to pop up in your lap, right? And you gotta think about it like this too, right? I don't want to play for you guys. I don't like what you said about me, Doc Rivers. I don't like the energy from Embiid. You know, Embiid was one of the guys that was saying he really thought they should keep Jimmy Butler, but the only reason why they didn't keep him was because Ben Simmons need the ball in the hands, and Ben Simmons and Embiid has publicly stated he wanted Jimmy Butler, but he understood why that wasn't gonna happen because Ben Simmons was a huge factor on the team, and they didn't want to take the ball out of his hands. So, and plus he was a younger player, so I'm assuming that's why the um, Sixers to end up, trading away Jimmy Butler, right? It made sense, but that team is crazy when you think about it. You had Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons. That's ridiculous. Um, but this is what I also want to say, right? You want to get off this team. I got to keep the pressure on you. I have to come to practice. First of all, I don't want to keep getting fined, so I have to come to practice and I have to show up for these meetings and stuff, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it uncomfortable for everybody. They're not they I don't think you can suspend somebody for a whole season based off one bad practice. Like, I'm saying I'm not doing this, right? So you keep bringing that energy there. You keep coming. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep bringing that bad energy. Eventually, they're gonna say, you know what? We don't expect you to play in any of these games. We don't want to play you. We're just gonna sit you out, and we're still gonna pay you. So ultimately, Ben Simmons, I'm pretty sure Rich Paul, Ben Simmons sat down and thought about this, right? You wanna become a distraction, I guess you can say, to the point where it's not enough to take away but so much money, but they also actively look to trade you, and you also get paid in the meantime to not do anything, right? And I think that's the game plan they're going for. And like a lot of people like, yo, he's hurting his trade value. Why would a team want him after doing this? Well, I'm pretty sure no other team is gonna go out their way and say, well, like Doc Rivers said. Well, I'm not gonna say he went out his way. I think he was asked the question, if I'm not mistaken. But he said, I'm not sure we can win a championship with Ben Simmons at our point guard. I'm not sure we could do that. What coach would say that about a franchise player? Even if you really believe that, you don't say that out loud. You don't put that doubt in their head that, oh, I don't think we can win. Especially when you guys are one game away from reaching the finals when Kawhi hit that game with a jump shot. You guys have been competitive since Ben Simmons has been there. I don't know why he would say that. I mean, they did get worked by the Hawks. Ben Simmons did turn down an open dunk, with the closest defender being Trey Young. But at the end of the day, man, and I just think it's like he probably just wants to be in a different market. The fans don't really like Ben Simmons like that anymore. They've piled on him all off season. This is just the perfect time to make a move, and I think Ben Simmons knows what he's doing, bro. Like he knows that I got to keep doing this, keep the pressure on him to make a trade. Honestly, to be honest, the Sixers are probably looking at it like, I don't know what's the right trade because I don't know. We this is a number one overall pick. This is a guy who still has some upside, even though he hasn't he's looked limited because he hasn't been taking jump shots throughout games. But every offseason it looked like he's really working on it. Then when it comes to the season, he doesn't take any. Um, but this is still a 6'10", 6'11" guy with ball handling skills, who's a real playmaker, still athletic, still plays a hell of defense. Now he's limited shooting wise, but that's team still you still probably feel like he has some upside, so you just gotta unlock it out of him. And the Sixers aren't just gonna give him away for nothing. So that's the big problem, right? They're not gonna trade him for just like, I'm trying to think of a possible trade that would make sense for a team like a CJ McCollum, right? Let's just say like a CJ McCollum. They wouldn't just trade him for like a CJ McCollum. It would have to be a boatload, probably be a first round pick mixed with some good players. Um, and I don't know how it would get done, but at the end of the day, I just did this video to say I'm not surprised, man. Ben Simmons, you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't wanna be on the Philly anymore. keep your foot on their throat. It was so funny, man. I seen this yesterday on social media. This guy really wants out of it. This man was practicing with his phone in his pocket. So I'll definitely have this tweet up. I just want to show you guys. Look at this. I think that's his phone in his right pocket. Hold on, we're gonna see another look. See it right there. Phone hanging out his right pocket. He's chilling, man. My man's just like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. He ended up getting fined, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Man, this guy's going. Let's just look through a few things. I got some other stuff on Ben Simmons. Let's see. See if we see some other things. This is jokes. This is a good meme. It says when Ben Simmons' phone rings at practice. That's jokes. Um, but the whole thing started with Doc Rivers. I was gonna see we was gonna see that in the article, but the whole thing started with Doc Rivers asked Ben Simmons to join a defensive drill today. Simmons refused. Rivers asked again. Simmons said no again, man. And that's when he said, you know what? Get the step in. And that's exactly what happened. So we'll see what happens from here. I'm pretty sure Ben Simmons will be at practice, but I always say this to players, right? Why don't they just do it? If you want off a team, you really have the power, and they really can't fine you, but they really can't fine you and suspend you for a whole season. All you gotta tell the coaches or the front office, general manager, whoever, I'm not going to play serious. What I so you're gonna put me out there on the court, and I'm not gonna play hard at all. You can't fine me or suspend me for not wanting to play hard. You can't. There's no nothing in the CBA that says I have to play my hardest every night, right? So you go out there playing like 2015 James Harden defense, just watching people, get backdoor slips, all that other stuff, man, not really caring. He could go about it so he could just be lackadaisical in the games, and eventually just gonna have to pull him, right? And he's still gonna get paid. You can't suspend somebody for not playing hard. I never heard of anything like that. So you're not gonna release him. So mm, I think that's what Ben Simmons should honestly do. Just go straight up to the coach, general manager, whoever. I'm not gonna play hard. See what happens. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this video, man. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. I want to know, do you think Ben Simmons is in the wrong here for how he's going about it? Do you think he should do what I said or continue doing what he's doing? Let me know in the comment section below, man. I'm out. Peace.